I've never seen it that bright before. Okay, y'all, I've got the engine propped in place just to see if my drive shaft is aligned up right. And that's looking pretty good. I like the way the new drive pulley adapter and everything came out there. That's looking pretty straight. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day, because I'll show you why I'm going to call it a day. Is because of that right there. It's just too hot inside this shop right now to keep working. So anyway, that's how the Hovercraft's looking. I'm gonna pull the fan out tomorrow, readjust the fan pitch, and make me an adjustable splitter for the back, and then we'll see if it'll hover again. So anyway, that's where we're at, and we'll keep you posted. This is Merlin. I'm out. Well, it took me some doing, but I think I've got the fan about as perfectly balanced as I can get it. Well, it looks like it's trying to rotate back around the other way. Have to see what point it stops at. I just spun it and it had not rotated around the other way, so I don't know. Keep adding weights to it. Could just be a little breeze in the shop blowing it too. Guess I'll see where it stops at. Mark it and see. Don't know. When I spun it, it spun pretty freely. Didn't feel like any vibrations on the stand, so I don't know. I'm gonna just call it good. Put it on there. It's probably better than the other fans I've ever tried to balance out, that's for sure. So we'll see. Alright, so I just installed my bilge pump. I've got the outlet hose right there, and that's actually a hose that's corrugated like that, so it's actually locked in place. It can't push out. So there's my bilge pump outlet. I don't know if you can see the pump in there. Yeah, you can barely see the pump in there, but anyway, there's my bilge pump in there, and all I gotta do now is finish wiring it up. But yeah, there's the pump. And yeah, I just need to wire it now, which I've already got my main wire run here. I just got to feed it through and hook it up. So I'll do that after lunch. But that's another step complete. Got the bilge pump mounted. That could be critical, you never know. So anyway, that's what we got done today. Is so far got the bilge pump in there, so that's all good. You can see the pipe running up to the outlet there. So yep, alrighty. Okay, y'all, just to test with, I don't know if it'll make much difference or not, but I went ahead and put the original drive pulley back on. That will reduce some of the reduction, so maybe I'll get a little bit more lift at a lower RPM and actually see if this thing's going to lift. We'll find out. Anyway, the belt is going to tighten up. I was concerned about that if the engine was going to go low enough to tighten, but that's going to tighten up. So anyway, I put my cover plate back in. It's over my bilge pump. You can see the bilge pump output hose right here at this plate. So bilge pump's hooked up. Tested, it does run. I didn't put water in there to find out if it's going to pump or not, but I'm sure it will because it used to pump just fine. But anyway, it's still over 90 some degrees in here, and I've got all that back together, and I'm working on balancing the fan here. So anyway, it's slowly coming back together, but I'm going to call it a day. So my front engine mount, as you can see, is lower than the back mount, and it wasn't letting me lower the engine down low enough to level the engine. I could lower it all the way down, and it was just hitting the bolts because I had that piece there going straight across there. So what I just did is I cut out a spot in the hull and lowered my whole bracket down 2 inches. So now I can actually adjust this engine mount up and down, and we'll be able to level out the engine, and that will line up my drive pulley straight. So what I also just did is I just machined this bracket here that I'm going to put 2 bolts, one on each side, that'll hold this down, and that's going to reinforce holding that drive piece up, since it's only held on by 3 bolts right now. So that will reinforce that. The fan is back in place. I readjusted the fan pitch. I adjusted it to the setting they said to have for a 65 horsepower Rotax at 6,200 RPM, so that should help some. Next thing is going to be to do is I'm going to make a splitter plate where I can close up the gap at the splitter. You can see I've got a big gap here. I mean, it's only almost 2 fingers wide, so that's probably why I'm losing a lot of lift, is too big a gap between the fan and the splitter. And it was more than that. It was probably close to 3 inches before, so that's probably the reason why this thing didn't lift, is it probably had just too big a gap between the fan and the splitter. As you can see now, I've got a tighter clearance of my fan blades, so that's all working out. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. I got done the main stuff I wanted to do. So the fan's back in, blades are adjusted, pulley's adjusted with the smaller pulley on it now. That's the pulley that actually came with the Hoverstar. I'm going to try that and see if speeding up my fan also helps. If not, it's just a simple matter of switching out to the bigger pulley again. But I figure it's worth a shot anyway. So anyway, there's the engine hanging by the hoist, and I'll try to put that all in tomorrow. What I also want to do is my main engine mounts that you see right up underneath there. I want to actually mill them in a little bit of a slot so I can adjust the engine front and back a little bit so I can line the belt up with more precision. So anyway, that's where we're at. This is Merlin, and I'm out.